Well, joining us now are two champions, men's doubles champions at Badminton Asia, and it's happened after 5 decades. बड़े time के बाद हुआ है. But whenever I speak with them, I feel like I'm talking to youngsters who have seen grow over the years from the academy of Gopi sir. So Chirag Shetty and Satwiksairaj, Namaste, Jai Hind, and first up, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So let me start. Let me first start with the cliched question. कैसा लग रहा है?
Well, I think it feels really good. I think, like you said, it's almost after 58 years, to be precise, that someone from India has actually won the Asian Championships, and it was a tough field of players. I think like all the top 8, top 10, top 32 players, I would say, were participating. So it's never been easy, but both me and Satvik had this thing in our mind that we want to win as many big tournaments as possible, and I think Asian championships would definitely be one of them. So yeah, I'm really happy that we could actually go out there and win that.
कितना भी effort लगा लो सात्विक, there has to be that some amount of X factor, no? That divine intervention बोलिए, luck बोलिए, कुछ भी बोलिए. Did you at a time during this tournament feel कि अब की बार लग रहा है अपना time आएगा, अपना number लगेगा? Did you feel it? Because there were a lot of instances where you got a reprieve, you got a bye, you came from behind in the semis also.
There was a time like we gave concede to other players, we gave walkout to other players. So recently, if you see, we gave many chances to others. So this time I feel like came in our favor. It's not a luck. I would say like we almost played every match in semis as well. We won the first game. It's not like they didn't play. We won the first game. We took the chances. Then in the second set, it was close 13-14. Then maybe he fell down, something happened. But apart from that, everything was mental this tournament, mentally how strong we are. So we played really well. In the finals, it was more tense for us because the stadium is packed. So it felt like playing in India only. So at that point, I felt like while entering court, आज है, कुछ तो है, अंदर कुछ तो है, power है, मतलब luck है. So when we are down also deep inside, there is a feeling we are winning the match. So not to panic or not to think too much, just a minute of strike, just rhythm. If you get a rhythm, then match will turn around. So there was a feeling that when we entered, there was a feeling आज कुछ तो है इधर.
Then what happened in the final? There were times when you guys were up, but a lot of times you were actually playing catch up, from the first game onwards. Quite intense. But you guys have beaten these guys recently only in Basel, right? Chirag?
Yeah. So yeah, actually, when we won the Swiss Open, we actually beat them in the semi-finals. But it's always a very neck-to-neck battle with the Malaysians. They are a pure defensive pair. They like to defend as much as possible, and we on the opposite hand prefer attacking as much as possible. So it's always a battle of the defense versus the attack, and it's always very tricky playing against them because they have a really strong, solid defense. So it always usually goes until the very end into 3 games, and this time around we weren't really playing at our best, I would say, till 13-7, and we were pretty much being dominated by them. But at 13-7, something struck, and we got a couple of good points. Then we got a few like receiving mistakes from their end as well. With Satvik was serving really well, and in no time we were back at 13-12. And when we were 13-12, we for a fact knew that we are pretty much back into the game, and we can take this game through. And I think from then on, it was just neck to neck, and it was like I think by that time they were pretty much under pressure, and we had to capitalize on that, and we just took the game away from them. And even in the third set, I think we could have started a bit better, but we couldn't. And
Mm.
at one point, we were down like 15-11, even in the
Yes.
third game. But again, we got a few points from our service, and in no time, it became 15 all. Then again, they got back into pressure because the pressure basically kept mounting on them because they were had a sizable lead, and suddenly we were back into the game. So
Yeah.
I think the thing that really worked well for us in that final was our never say die attitude. Because a lot of people would have written us off when we were down 13-7 or 15-11, but we never really just left the game. We kept fighting back, and I think that was one thing which worked very well for us.
Who was being more consistent, Satvik, and who was making more unforced errors?
Both were consistent. Both were making mistakes.
But I see there were times when there were a lot of unforced errors. At that time, is it frustrating? Especially if your partner is getting things wrong and you are getting things right. How do you deal with a situation like that, Satvik? कभी घूम के ऐसा रैकेट घुमा के मारने का मन करता है या फिर you feel like अरे no, let me encourage it?
It was that feeling was there before when I started playing. Like, मतलब क्यों नेट को मारते हैं? Then later on, like I realized that उसको भी जीतने तो जानबूझ के नहीं मारेगा नेट को. So we are playing finals. Nobody wants to lose the match. So whenever I do mistake, Chirag steps in. Whenever Chirag is having a bad day, I steps in. That's how it's worked with me and Chirag. So always we keep on encouraging, always. So it doesn't matter like 1-2 mistakes. Doesn't matter in the full game. We have a lot of points, so we don't take it too much to the head, and we have a coach behind us, so he keeps on telling like not to worry, like 1-2 mistakes here and there, not a problem. Then again, you will get a strike. Like Chirag said, 7-13. One strike is enough for the whole final. Like whole final match scenario has changed one like half minute here and there. So just keep on fighting. Just don't give up. If 18-12 also, he believes like we can win. So from there also, normally we think like 18-12 to ho gaya hai. So, but he said like one strike, like 16-18, then you are up there. Then opponent will give 2 more points to you. You take 4 points, then they'll give 2 points. So it's always like that. So the mental thing, as I said, like this tournament has been like mental strength for us.
Tell me something, Chirag. You got some smashes phenomenally well. Then the others started going into the net. That phase when you say, "Arey, do error ki wajah se I lost 3-4 points." Is that frustrating? Is it difficult to settle yourself, calm down, or now you guys have figured out how to work this out? Because earlier I saw it used to affect your game. Does it affect your game now?
Yeah, like you said, I had a few in the third set. I had a few sitters which I missed. I think at 10-9, I think, which I missed, and normally I would have reacted in a very negative manner, but I had a smile on my face when I actually hit it on the net. And at 11-9, I didn't really, like Satvik said, we don't really give that much thought to it. If we do give a lot of thought to it, then that 1 point will eventually turn into 3 or 4 points, where we are just giving away easy points to our opponents. Whereas if you break that rhythm and don't avoid making that mistake, basically not think about that point where you made a simple error, then you would stop that free flow of points. So now I have become a lot more positive, because after that point, when I lost that point, I had a smile and I was like, it's okay, nothing happens. We are still pretty much in the game, and
When you got to that crunch point, final set, last 3-4 points, that was also give and go. It could swing either way. You had the initiative, you were playing up, you were catching up, you got up. What was going on at that time? When did you really feel? Was there a point in that game, in that match, when you thought, now we've got it? Abhi apna hai. वो कभी-कभार एक moment होता है ना? Did you have that moment?
I think twice. Once at 13, when we were down 13-7, and when we came close, not till 13-12 also. I think even in the second game when we came 13-11, even when we were down behind 2 points, but when we took 4 points in a row, I knew that we are pretty much back into the game, and it was eventually going to be, I think, like eventually come into our favor, even when they took a point at 14-12. But I knew that we got them this time, and but we couldn't capitalize on that in the third set. We didn't really start off well, but again in the third set when we were down 15-11, and when we came close 15-14, 15 all. So even at 15 all, I had confidence on our serve that we'll eventually take this game through, because if you've seen, then it was after 15 all, it was 16 all. Then after 16 all, we just took 3-4 points in a row, because we were pretty much confident on our serve. And there weren't really big rallies as such, so we were able to catch them off guard pretty much every time after 16 all.
But 16 all के बाद भी you took a 3-4 point lead, but they clawed back, they pulled back 2 points, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
तभी क्या आला, अरे ये फिसल गया कि नहीं?
Flat service.
Yeah, Satwik, when did you think कि नहीं अपना है?
I was thinking from the starting onwards, it's our game, so not to panic much. But the crowd was there behind us. We can see opponents say they are not that much, like they couldn't play that good enough to finish the game. So they were in a hurry in the second set. I can see in their eyes, like they feel like, अरे हम एशियन चैंपियन बन गया, मतलब that feeling. Even we felt when we played few finals before, when I started we playing, अरे final खेल लिया और lead आ गया, जीत गया, that feeling. So that anxiety, they wanted to finish really quickly. They don't want to play rally. They don't have enough plan to finish it off. Then थोड़ा इधर हुआ. Then I felt like they are under pressure. They are not playing as they played in the first game and the first 1.5 set. So then when it became third game, then I was like, हो गया अभी तो. Then we are down in the first half in the third game. Then court change होने के बाद, that side was much favor for us, because the court was much slower. We can play all the strokes kind of thing, and kind of deep inside like इधर second set जीता है, तो third game भी जीत जाएंगे, that feeling. So when 15-11 happened, then Chirag service, I was like, हो जाएगा इधर से, निकल जाएगा. Then when we are leading 2017, I was like, इतना जल्दी तो गेम खत्म नहीं होने, 19 तक तो आएगा या 20 आल होगा. तो I was prepared for 2020. I was like 2017 इधर आया तो आया है, नहीं ये तो कुछ टेंशन नहीं है. शेट्टी भाई का सर्विस है, अभी सर्विस करेगा, रैली में मिस्टेक हुआ चलेगा, फिर शेट्टी भाई का रिसीविंग रहेगा, हमारा स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट है वो, तो आ जाएगा 90%. अगर नहीं आया तो मेरा रिसीविंग आएगा. सो आई वाज थिंकिंग लाइक 1 पॉइंट, तो ये नहीं है तो ये नहीं है तो नहीं. आई वाज रेडी फॉर दैट सिचुएशन. देन 1920 we felt like it's same feeling like Thomas Cup finals. So same thing happened. I was rubbing, like there was a water in the front line. So I was rubbing. Umpire was calling me. He was supposed to give me a yellow card. Same thing happened in the Thomas Cup. I was reminding same. ये flick ही करेगा. It's like check the India movement. ये पीछे मारेगा, लेफ्ट मारेगा, राइट ना, नहीं सेंटर पे ही खेलेगा. So we were ready for that situation. So same thing happened. The whole scenario was similarly the same.
Correct. और फिर जीतने के बाद भी सिमिलर स्थिति हैपेंड. एक लंबा लेट गया, दूसरा डांस कर रहा था.
अभी the same pattern continues. We will win and we'll dance on court.
Good. Phenomenal. I'm so happy that you guys have won. Has it now actually sunk in, Chirag? You seem to have buffed up. पहले Satwik used to be the big fellow, अब थोड़ा lean होता था. अभी क्या हो गया? खुद भी strength training कर रहा है. थोड़ा ऐसा frame भर रहा है ऐसा.
Yeah, I think I've put on some muscle. I think both of us have to be equally good at the back foot and the front foot as well. So the game requires that, and right now, and to answer the question, I think it sort of has sunk in now, and but now it's time to get back to work and to focus on the next set of tournaments, because the Olympic qualification starts this week, and we have the Sudirman Cup coming up in the next week, and I think it's one tournament where our Indian team has not won a medal at, and I think as as a pair, and also as Indians. I think we want to win that medal and hopefully go as deep into the tournament as possible. So that's the next target.
Well, fingers crossed. Big prayers for both of you. I'm so proud. Every time I speak with you, I get inspired. So it's phenomenal, and I'm so happy to see your growth. Phenomenal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
अगला मेडल पे भी डांस चाहिए, अगला मेडल पे भी सेलिब्रेशन चाहिए, और जल्दी.
Yes, definitely.
We should be talking more often.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.